Hey beautiful people, good news from New Zealand. The government of New Zealand has relaxed immigration rules to attract talents from all around the world to the country. So if you're looking at working out of New Zealand, then this video is for you. Very interesting update. I am personally so excited about this one, and I'm sure it's one you're going to love as well. I'm going to give you all the information in this video. It was just announced some days ago, so this is fresh. This is new and it applies to you if you're interested in moving to New Zealand. So please do watch the video to the end to get all the information. If it's your first time here, my name is Jackie, and on this channel I share information to assist you move abroad. So please do subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell so when next I share another video you'll be notified and you get to watch it. And if you'd like me to personally assist you to move abroad, then please do send me an email or send me a DM on Instagram. Yeah, please do follow me on Instagram as well, because you'll be getting some quick information there. If it's your first time here, let me know in the comments so I can welcome you specially. I always have something special for first timers, so do comment below if it is your first time on the channel. Returning subscribers, thank you so much for the support. Thanks for coming back. I appreciate all you do to support the channel. Before we go into it, let me share a very important information with you. If you would like to make $1,000 every month, you can do that from the comfort of your home by starting a side hustle. You can become a publisher on Amazon KDP. This is something I myself have done for 6 years now, and being that you're looking to move abroad, it's a way to save money to move abroad, and it also helps you with your living expenses while you are in your home country and also when you move abroad. And I'm speaking from my own experience. I started this business while I was still living in Nigeria, and I started so I could save money to move abroad, and it really helped me. I now live abroad. I receive passive income every month. So this is how it works. You publish books on Amazon KDP, and don't worry, you're not writing these books. You're going to be publishing public domain books. These books are top selling books in high demand globally. All you need to do is buy the already formatted manuscripts from stacklee.com. These manuscripts are ready to publish, so immediately you get them from stacklee.com. In 24 hours, your books can be live selling to a global audience. Amazon is the biggest e-commerce platform in the world with over 3 billion active users every month. So the customers are waiting for you already. So do buy your pack of manuscripts from stacklee.com. It comes with free training to show you how to create your KDP account, how to publish your books, and how to get paid to your local bank account anywhere in the world. I got my own manuscripts from Stacklee 6 years ago, and I am still getting paid up until now. So you see how passive this gets. You're buying your manuscripts once and you're earning every month forever. And it's not a fixed income. People make as much as 20,000, 13,000, and for some it's a six-figure business. There are several manuscript packs you can buy. All the links are in the description below, but I highly recommend you go for the highest one, the pack that has the highest number of manuscripts, because that is what I did. But feel free to buy any of the packs that you can afford. There's always room to upgrade your pack later, and you get to join a KDP group when you buy your pack of manuscripts, so you're not alone in the business. So please do send me an email when you buy your pack of manuscripts, and I will add you to the group. So let's get back to the video. Starting January 27, 2025, that was a few days ago, the New Zealand visitor visa will now allow foreign workers to live in New Zealand and work out of New Zealand. If you're an employee that can work remotely, or you're a business owner that can work out of New Zealand, or you're a freelancer, then you can take advantage of this new visa update to live and work out of New Zealand. This new update is similar to the digital nomad visas that other countries have that allow remote workers, freelancers, and business owners to live in the country while working for foreign employers and clients. Unlike other digital nomad visas, this one for New Zealand does not have any income requirements, so anybody and everybody can qualify for this. I have shared so much information about this kind of visa for other countries. This visa is becoming more and more popular, allowing remote workers, freelancers, and business owners to live anywhere in the world, maintaining their income while living in a foreign country. I have talked about this kind of visa for Portugal, Spain, Estonia, Malta, Malaysia, and some other countries. This is similar to those ones, but this this one is part of the already existing visitor visa for New Zealand. So starting from January 27, any application coming in for the visitor visa for New Zealand is going to accommodate digital nomads, meaning you can work while staying in New Zealand on the visitor visa. So are you self-employed? Are you a remote worker? Are you a freelancer? Are you a business owner that can work from anywhere in the world? You can now do so from New Zealand. I have a lot of information to show you about the visa, but before then, let us look at the press release that announced this new visa change. Going for growth, new rules for visiting tourists. The government is relaxing visitor visa requirements to allow tourists to work remotely while visiting New Zealand. Economic Growth Minister Nicola Willis, Immigration Minister Erica Stanford, and Tourism Minister Louise Upston say the change is part of the government's plan to unlock New Zealand's potential by shifting the country onto a faster growth track. Nicola Willis says tourism is New Zealand's second largest export earner, generating revenue of almost $11 billion and creating nearly 200,000 jobs, making the country more attractive to digital nomads. People who work remotely while traveling will boost New Zealand's attractiveness as a destination. Erica Stanford says updating the visitor visa reflects the realities of the modern, flexible working environment. This is a brand new market of tourists New Zealand can tap into. We want people to see our country as the ideal place to visit and work while they do it. From today, visitor visas will allow people to work remotely for a foreign employer while they are holidaying here. Anyone who intends to work remotely for more than 90 days should look at possible tax implications. So that means that if you intend to stay more than 90 days, I think that applies to many countries. If you're resident for over 90 days, you become eligible to pay tax in the country. So if you want to stay in New Zealand and work remotely on this new visa rule, after 90 days, you may be required to pay tax in the country. I looked about the tax rules for New Zealand. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about that later in the video. The change will enable many visitors to extend their stays, which will lead to more money being spent in the country. I always tell you that everything that has to do with visas and immigration is to benefit the country. Tourism Minister Louise Upston says digital nomad visas are becoming more common as ways of working become increasingly more digitalized and flexible. Many countries offer digital nomad visas and the list is growing. So we need to keep pace to ensure New Zealand is an attractive destination for people who want to workation abroad. Compared to other kinds of visitors, international remote workers have the potential to spend more time and money in New Zealand, including during the shoulder season. The change applies to all visitor visas, including tourists and people visiting family, as well as partners and guardians on long-term visas. Only remote work, which is based overseas, is allowed. Visitors whose employment requires them to be in New Zealand, such as sales representatives of overseas companies, performers, and people coming to work for New Zealand employers, must still obtain visas relevant to their circumstances. So that is the update. If you can maintain your income while living in New Zealand, then you can as well take advantage of this opportunity to live in New Zealand while you're working for your foreign company or while you are a freelancer or a business owner that can operate from anywhere in the world. So basically, as long as your income is not from New Zealand, then you are more than welcome to live in New Zealand while still maintaining your foreign income. So let us look at the visa information. So this is the visa update, working remotely in New Zealand on a visitor visa. So let's just see how this is gonna work. You may be able to work remotely for an overseas business or client while you are visiting New Zealand. Remote work is an activity you do for gain or reward for a company, employer, or client that is not in New Zealand. Gain or reward includes work done for payment or for a benefit that can be valued in terms of money, for example, accommodation, food, or services. If you are self-employed or a digital nomad, you can work remotely for clients outside of New Zealand. All visitor visas applied for on or after 27th January of 2025 allow you to work remotely in New Zealand. There is no limit to the amount of remote work you can do while you have your visitor visa. So these are examples of what this remote work is: answering emails and phone calls, coding and testing, writing reports, attending meetings or giving presentations to colleagues outside New Zealand, creating content as a social media influencer. So that is very interesting. So if you're a social media influencer, you're a YouTuber, you're a content creator on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere, you can now live in New Zealand while you're creating your content. So this is very, very interesting. So if you want to have a change of scenery, just move around the world from one country to another while still maintaining your business, then you can add New Zealand to that list. As long as you are not promoting an activity, event or product for gain or reward from a New Zealand business or person in New Zealand, then you can do your content creation from New Zealand. So me, that I'm a YouTuber, what I'm doing right now, I can now operate from New Zealand while on the visitor visa. So we're going to see details about the visa in a bit, but let's just see more about the working remotely in New Zealand. All right, so remote work does not include any work you do that is for a New Zealand employer with a New Zealand business or person in New Zealand in exchange for goods or services, for example, free accommodation in exchange for a review, and that requires you to be in New Zealand. So anything that requires your physical presence in New Zealand is not regarded as remote work. So paying tax while you are in New Zealand. So this is a whole other kind of information. So it's something you can read by yourself. So after 90 days in New Zealand, you may be required to pay tax. This is if you are not already paying tax in your country or you're not a tax resident anywhere else, then you'll be paying tax in New Zealand. But if you're paying tax in your own country, then you're going to be exempt from that. All right. But you can feel free to read more about tax on your own. So now let's look at the info about the visitor visa so you can understand how to get the visa, what are the requirements, what is the duration you can even be in New Zealand on this visa. Let's look at that real quick. This is the visitor visa for New Zealand, and it is for a duration of 6 to 9 months. So you can potentially be in New Zealand for 6 to 9 months on a visitor visa. The processing time for this is 3 to 5 weeks. It comes out real fast, and this is the cost of the visa, 341 New Zealand dollars. So going to New Zealand, you'll be wondering, if you have a family, can you do this with your family? Yes, you can. You can apply for a visitor visa for you, your spouse, your children, and all of you can just move down to New Zealand to live while you do your remote work. Everybody and anybody can apply for a visitor visa. The requirements are so low. So you can check your eligibility, check if you're eligible to apply for this visa and what supporting documents and information you need to provide. There are two ways you can get this visa. Either you get the physically stamped visa on your passport that is applying through an embassy in your country, or you get the electronic visa. So you're going to be needing identity. You must provide proof of your identity, that is your passport. You need to be in good health. You may be required to have a medical checkup, and then you also may need to provide you a character certificate, and then you must be a genuine visitor to New Zealand and intend to live at the end of your visit. Then funds or sponsorship. You must have enough money to live on while you are in New Zealand or have an acceptable sponsor, and then you must agree to pay your own healthcare costs. You must leave New Zealand at the end of your stay and all of that. So you gather all your documents and then you apply online. You begin your application online, and then you book an appointment for biometrics at the embassy in your country or the office that receives applications for New Zealand visa in your country. About the length of stay in New Zealand, you can stay for up to 6 months or up to 9 months depending on the kind of visa you get. So there are two kinds of visitor visa. There is the multiple entry visa and there is a single entry visa. So for the multiple entry visa, if you have a multiple entry visa, you can visit New Zealand as a tourist as many times as you want and stay for a total of up to 6 months in a 12-month period. And if you want to stay for more than 6 months, then you get the single entry visa. So if you want to visit New Zealand for more than 6 months or extend your current 6 month stay in New Zealand, we consider issuing you a single entry visa. This lets you enter New Zealand once and stay up to 9 months in an 18-month period. So if you get a 6 months, a multiple entry visa, and having stayed for 6 months, you can extend your stay while still in New Zealand to 9 months, or you can just get a single entry visa from start and be able to stay for up to 9 months in New Zealand. So that is it for this visa update. Now, if you want to stay longer in New Zealand, you need to switch to another kind of visa. I have talked about another visa you can switch to from your visitor visa while still in New Zealand. I'm going to drop a link to that video in the description box below so you can watch that after this to know how you can stay longer in New Zealand after the 9 months. So let me know, what do you think about this video? Are you excited about this new visa update? Are you going to take advantage of this new visa update? Let me know in the comment section, and let me also know which other countries you would like to move to so I can make videos that will be useful to you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jackie. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.